Hello, and welcome to my video that will evaluate my learning experiences over the programme and outline the next steps to my professional development. I feel on the whole my experience of the PGCE course has been absolutely outstanding for me personally, due to the array of various authors and academic schemes of work that I have seen, and also to pass on my experiences between other colleagues to see the differing natures in our work. With the educational authors that have had a big impact on my teaching experience, one of which is Jeff Petty. Jeff Petty actually mentions about the act of learning, and with me being a PE orientated teacher, the act of learning was something that was very useful, and especially to make sure that there was the formative and summative assessment within that as well, because sometimes you can just go in and deliver sport and not really see or monitor the progression of each pupil. One thing I did learn was that within the school that I worked in, which was a pupil referral unit, the pupils were a lot of kinesthetic learners, so being active and learning hands-on meant that the pupils gained a lot more outcomes. And also understanding various roles within the school and how they differ. I found this very interesting because different people had different roles, and I was wondering where I fit in within all that. And as it happened, as soon as I was in there, I started doing the educational visits coordinator, which put me in charge of all the outdoor ed trips, which was very enjoyable as well. Within this picture, this was one of my first trips that I ran as educational visits coordinator, and it was to Manchester United football stadium, alongside with one of my colleagues. We actually took a group of pupils here to enrich their education and to just to finalise the studies that we've been doing on football clubs. And as it happened, we had a tour around the stadium and we found out all the different business ventures that the actual club does. This is another picture that we illustrates that we actually went to the Catalytic Museum in Widnes. That's a science museum to actually enhance the science within the school. As it happened, I've actually started teaching science, so this was for Science Week, and this was to enrich our chemistry that we were delivering within the school. Within my qualifications within sport and physical fitness, I deliver spinning, boxing and sports conditioning as well. So I went to Blackpool for one weekend to learn about how different people deliver spinning, and how it can be implemented within schools, colleges and so on and so forth. This was a real big eye-opener for me because I was able to understand how to get it across to our students, how the body works, how the body moves, and in fun and new innovative ways, which will therefore enhance my teaching experience and will therefore enhance the students' learning experience within the school that I teach in. Another one of my CPD trips was to actually go to the Institute of English Sport. That was to go to an inclusive sports practice course. That was to enable me to deliver PE across a wide number of sports, but also to a wide number of different pupils, to make sure the PE was completely inclusive. This was to ensure that all girls, males, if the pupils were disabled, had additional needs, that all these were all met within the PE that I was delivering within the school. I found this was a big advantage to me, as within the school I was teaching in, it was a PRU and we had a big mix of both males and females. This was to enable me to deliver PE across a wide number of sports, but also to a wide number of various pupils. The school that I was doing my teaching hours in was a pupil referral unit, which gets excluded young boys and girls from neighbouring high schools, and it's up to us then to educate them in an inclusive and more practical way. As we cater for young people 14 to 16 in Key Stage 4, I found it was very good to keep the employability skills up and to actually advertise certain jobs in and around the school. So this is one wall display that I done outside my ICT classroom that was about ICT jobs within the local area that these pupils might actually be able to apply for and get qualified in. Within inclusive practice, differentiation is massive nowadays, and there's 3 different types of differentiation. There's differentiation by task, which involves setting different tasks for different pupils with different abilities. These abilities will be preset via the initial assessments and diagnostic assessments as you do, and as you go along, to monitor and evaluate their understanding of a specific task or a specific activity that you may be doing within the class. Differentiation by support may be giving certain students more help than others, depending on their level of understanding and their level of academic needs. This may also be allocating a teaching assistant to help with them. Also maybe extra support after class, or even setting extra homework to improve their understanding of a specific subject or task. And an example of differentiation by outcome is within my IT class I have got different pupils at different levels, so effectively they are working through the course at different speeds at different times, but also at different academic levels. This is very open-ended, so that pupils can achieve as high as they want or as low as they want. Within my classroom I've got a progression wall on the right hand side. Every pupil within the class will pick a logo that will be specific just for them, so both myself and the student will know who it is, and I will move it up or down depending on how far and how fast and how good they are working within the class. If they find themselves off task, then they can look at the wall, and hopefully that will give them the impetus to actually put in a bit more effort within class. Within my form we have a certificate of merit that is available once a week for the pupil who has improved the most at functional skills, both maths and English. This is achieved by logging onto the computers in tutor time and completing certain tasks to ensure that the maths and English skills are improving all times. This is therefore used to reward their actions and to give them a bit more of an incentive to actually complete the maths and English within the tutor time, either at the start of the day or at the end of the day. This will therefore have a big knock-on effect on their academic progress within all subjects.